So then in November 2023, you were locked up. And there's a guy named Vamps, who was 2 cells down from you, called his mother and asked an associate if the one who sings was still good. And she replied, he's no good. So then both of them, Vamps and his mother, are charged in a conspiracy.
Wow.
Yeah, you know who Vamps is?
That's unfortunate because it's not true.
Okay,
you know
so Vamps, do you know who that guy is?
You know what? I think I'm familiar with that guy, but you know what? That's not true. You know what I'm saying?
So then they say 2 days later, the mother and the son spoke again with another inmate named Dreamer. And after mentioning Swifty Blue, they asked this other guy, Eagle, if you recall, the Raza rapper who was in the shower. And this is a reference to MoneySign Suede, who was stabbed to death in the showers.
I seen that one.
Okay. You and MoneySign Suede were cool. You guys had songs together.
That's my little brother. Yep. That's not my blood brother, but that's my little brother with his music. I wanted to help him as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? But he had it though. He had it on lock. He knew exactly what to do.
Yeah, he was dope, man.
He was going up. I put him on the phone with Kodak. I tried to help him as much as I could. Got him some money through some ways, investors, all types of stuff, you know?
Now, MoneySign Suede wasn't an actual gang member, was he?
No, he wasn't. He was a good kid.
Right. How did you feel about that whole situation when he got stabbed to death in the showers?
It was unfortunate. It was unfortunate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, so the reference was, there's a reference to, the Raza rapper who got in the shower, and then the guy said the end result should be the same. So the next day, David instructed Quevedo to tell the attackers, handle that shit with prejudice. You know what it's like in a court term? Well, that shit is with prejudice. And they said it was already in action. So when inmates were let out of their cells at 5:50 the next morning to take a shower, a guy named Slick, Largo, and Crazy went into your cell and you got stabbed up.
Yeah, that's false. That's fake. That's fake. That's false narrative because none of that stuff is true. What they put on the LA Times, you know what I'm saying? Wherever they're getting their information from, I don't know. But I have no information about any of that stuff myself. So me hearing it, when I first seen it on the newspaper, it was like it was alarming because none of that stuff is true. I'm like, man, it looks bad. It looks bad. It looks a lot worse than what it really is. But it's LA Times. It's the people indicting these people. They're trying to use me as bait. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to use me in their investigation. But none of that stuff is true. So, you know what I'm saying? It's pointless whatever they're doing.
Well, yeah, because the guy that allegedly stabbed you called and said that old boy got his rap session.
Did any of them guys get convicted?
I don't know.
It's pointless. It's not true.
Okay.
It's not true. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not true. So it's just a bunch of propaganda. What they're posting is, promoting. They trying to sell paper, man. They trying to sell their paper. That's what they trying to do. And they're using people like me for headlines.
Well, did you get stabbed?
No.
You didn't get stabbed?
Never got stabbed in my life.
In your life?
Never got stabbed in my life. Never.
Okay. So you're saying this whole stabbing thing is all fake?
Yeah, it's not true.
Because that's really what it's all based on.
Yeah,
right?
I never got stabbed, for sure. Never got stabbed.
Okay, so the fact that there's this huge story about you getting stabbed and 19 Mexican Mafia members being arrested over this, like, how do you explain this?
Basically, it's just nothing's true. All that's fake. It's false narrative. Where whoever's over here trying to hold these people accountable for whatever they got going on, where you getting your evidence? Because at the end of the day, none of that stuff is true. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I got to say about it. Other than that, me personally, I don't ever speak on jail stuff or what happens in jail. I never do.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?